Florida is about to ban the dumping of blood at beaches to lure sharks. Oh, let's go swimming in a Florida beach, shall we? Anything to worry about, like pollution? Yeah, there's probably a few needles floating around. Oh, in addition, people are dumping blood to lure sharks, so that's a thing. Unbelievable. Are you out of your mind? How many shark attacks do you have to have in recent news until, people stop dumping blood luring sharks onto our beaches? Crazy people. Unbelievable. Florida is expected to approve a statewide ban on the common practice used by fishermen that involves dumping bloody fish guts off its shoreline. Wow, Florida does care about something. It's good to know. Maybe they can also ban the Florida lifeguards from being on meth. That'd be a kind of a cool thing. Although maybe I want my lifeguards on meth. I feel like they would very quickly save me from a shark that was attacking me because I had bloody fish guts down my bikini, because that's what's floating in the ocean apparently on the beaches of Florida is bloody fish guts. This proposal to stop the bloody fish guts dumping is being upheld or pushed through by the State Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Here's a quote from someone who was attacked by a shark in 2014. I'm going to guess I kind of know how she feels about it. Her name is Debbie. She says, personally, I would strongly prefer to not be in the water where folks are ringing the dinner bell for the ocean's ultimate predator. She's snarky. I like Debbie. Debbie had her Achilles tendon bit off by a shark off Cape Canaveral in 2014. Unbelievable. Yeah, she's not the only one. This practice of dumping fish guts is known as chumming. It's a technique often used to lure sharks to an area and involves scattering blood and oil and pieces of ground-up fish in the water. Some fishermen say this proposed rule threatens their long-held traditions and penalizes anglers who don't or can't afford to fish for sharks using boats, according to the news service. So I thought there was aren't sharks endangered species? I mean, can you just fish for sharks? I didn't know you could just fish for them. I don't know anything about fishing in the ocean, really. I guess you can fish for sharks, right? That's the thing. But, I'm sorry if you can't afford to go out on a boat. All right? If you can't afford to go out on a boat, then fish for other things. There are plenty of other fish in the sea, okay? You don't have to lure sharks to our beach shores, okay? I'm sorry. It's a tradition. Yeah, well, here's a tradition that I like to keep to, and that's swimming in the ocean without having my Achilles tendons or my nipples ripped off by a great white. That's a tradition I like to keep. Swimming in the ocean without the fear of a shark nibbling off my lower leg. That's a tradition I like. You anglers out there, I'm sorry that your tradition has to be messed up. Unbelievable. Go get a lawyer for that one. How about that? By the way, Florida, way to be on the ball. I wonder how many years it took and how many limbs were lost before you got this together. Maybe next you can ban not drinking Jack Daniels and driving on your highways. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, how about you get together and ban people that want to impersonate being a doctor? That should be something you should ban, because that seems to be happening all over the place in Florida. I got a few suggestions for you, Florida. Scientists say, let's get the scientist angle on this. They say catching sharks from the beaches can actually damage the sharks, apparently. I didn't know that. They don't get into it. They don't give details on how that could endanger the sharks or damage the sharks. I think I can speak for the rest of us humans when I say, screw the sharks. It's all about damaging human beings. Okay? That's what we should be concentrating on, scientists. Okay? I don't give a damn about your sharks. I give a damn about my children being gobbled up like chicken nuggets. Because some guy wants to catch a shark off the dock. And he can't afford a boat. Oh, my bad. Hey, guess what? Here's a headline news for you, sir. 99% of us can't afford a boat. Deal with it, okay? I can barely afford a car. But we can't afford boats. Can't we bring the sharks closer to us? Closer to us. Want to bring them in. No, you don't bring them in. Sorry. Now, it's not very clear whether how the state of Florida will enforce this ban. It's easy. It's easy to enforce the ban. You go up to people who are, you listen for people screaming. Yes, screaming. Usually they're in the water screaming because they've seen a shark. And then you go over there and you find the people that are throwing this chum into the water, and you shoot them in the face. Oh, is that too strict? Okay, I'm sorry. Well, let me tell you something. You better not just write a ticket. Okay, I have a feeling that that's what they're going to do in Florida. They just write you a ticket. Listen, if you can have 6 DUIs and they don't put you away, then you can imagine, they're not going to do much more than write you a ticket for luring sharks next to our swimming families. The state's going to try to enforce the ban on its 663 miles of shoreline. Good luck with that. They can't even ban people on bath salts running up to pedestrians and biting off their ears. So, I don't know how they're going to enforce this. Oh, Florida, how I love thee. Never going. Never going.